All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming to tonight. Welcome to the Local Business Internet Marketing Meetup group. Just to give you guys a little taste of what the Meetup group is about, this is our first meeting. And woo! That's right. Thank you, James, for your exuberance. I appreciate that.
No problem.
And the aim of the group really is just to help educate local businesses, other people who want to know about how to do internet marketing for local businesses, and just like I said, to try to help local businesses get on their feet a little bit, do internet marketing. Internet marketing really can be done on someone's own time. It's not like TV or radio or billboards. Obviously, a local business can't own a billboard, can't own a radio station or a TV station unless they're just really wealthy. And in that case, I'd probably like to meet them. But a lot of marketing there's just impossible for local businesses to do their own marketing in certain areas. They have to pay for it. Internet marketing is one of those areas where they can do their own internet marketing and do actually very, very well, because most local businesses are going to outsource internet marketing. And when they outsource internet marketing, really they're outsourcing because they don't have time, or they don't have the experience, or they don't have the information or the knowledge that they need. If we can equip local businesses with the information and the knowledge, and if they also have time to implement it, they can actually probably outperform anyone in their industry as long as they have the time to put into it. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help local businesses, and I appreciate you guys coming out and helping us with that. Who am I? My name is Josh Mackins. I am the owner of Tutillery Marketing. Tutillery Marketing is a local business internet marketing company. We work with local businesses around the United States to help them with their internet marketing. Local SEO, which is search engine optimization, which we'll be talking about tonight. Social media, website design, content marketing, blog marketing, email marketing, we do it all. I started my business about 2.5 years ago. I graduated from Tribeca in 2010, worked for Caterpillar Financial for a little bit on a marketing contract, worked a couple of other places, finally settled on a local business because I decided I wanted to own my own business at some point. And they got me heavily into SEO, and then I realized I could pretty much do it on my own and go out, and so I did. I did that in June of 2011, and I haven't looked back. It's been 2.5 years. I loved every minute of it, and we'll continue to do it for the foreseeable future. So that's who Tutillery Marketing is. I'm also the headmaster, as I like to call it, of the Local Business Internet Marketing University that's coming in January 2014. Basically, this satisfies a good bit of what we are actually doing here. For people all over the United States. Obviously, people in Seattle and California and New York can't be here physically to do the kind of stuff that we're doing. But local businesses we'll be able to go to the Local Business Internet Marketing University, watch how-to videos, how to do all their own internet marketing, from build their own website with no coding experience absolutely needed, no web experience needed at all, and also be able to do their own local SEO, social media, content marketing, blog marketing, email marketing, all that. We're really excited about that. We already got a bunch of videos dedicated to that, and we should be launching, like I said, in January 2014. So that is who we'll see. All right, so what is SEO? We're just gonna start out with the general definition of SEO, okay? Search engine optimization is the process of optimizing your web properties, which can be anything from your website to citations, which we'll talk about more in a little bit, online reviews, etc., so that you show up higher on search results for people looking for your goods and services. I mean, does that pretty much clarify it for everyone? If it doesn't, we'll get a little bit more into it. But you may have heard the term SEO and local SEO. Search engine optimization actually is much different when it comes down to local search terms. So for us, we're not trying to necessarily rank for national terms like car insurance online and all those types of things. We want stuff local, like car insurance Nashville, or roofing company Nashville, or even in Brentwood or Franklin. So that's the major difference between SEO and local SEO. It's just scope. You guys may be able to help people in other states, but most of us aren't. Mike owns a fence and deck company. He can't build a fence and deck unless I'm unaware of it in California, right? Unless they paid you a lot of money, right? So most of the people outside of that geographical area that he's looking for, he's not going to be able to help. So that's why we're going local. And search engine optimization, is important to keep in mind, is not just for Google. How many people associate SEO with Google? Yeah, I mean, we all do. But it's important to keep in mind that there are other search engines out there. And we're not just optimizing for Google. We're also optimizing for Yahoo, Bing. There's other search engines, Bleco, There's a lot of them out there. But the reason that we do optimize for Google is because of Google's market share. Their market share currently, as of August, sits at 67%. That means out of 100 people do a search, 67 of them are going to use Google, okay? 17% are going to use Bing, and another 11% are going to use Yahoo. And just to give you a little background on what these numbers have looked like in the past, a year ago this month, Google was still sitting at 67%. They haven't really moved. Okay? They're very concrete in where they're at, and the search engine market as a whole is very mature. So it's going to sit there unless there's a huge just degree in change. How many of us have seen the Bing commercials? Like, have you guys seen them? I've seen them quite a bit. Has anyone heard of Don't Get Scroogled? You guys heard of that? You have? Yeah, Mike. It's Bing's advertising to where they're trying to get you to move from Google to Bing. Last year at this time, Bing was actually sitting at 15%, and Yahoo was sitting at 13%. So what Bing has done, although they're trying to get a notch into Google and steal some of theirs, they really haven't. All they've been successful in, as far as we know, is taking Yahoo's share, because Yahoo used to be 13%, now they're 11%. If you add all this up, it's 95%. The 5% that's out there left is other national search engines like Germany and China have their own search engines. And other small search engines, like I said, like Pleco and others like that. So, are we really optimizing for everyone? I mean, we've got Google, we've got Yahoo, we've got Bing, which are the main players that make up 95%. So for this meeting, that's all we're really going to talk about. So should we really be optimizing for everyone? The answer is no. Because Google is just the mammoth in the industry, they have 67%. If you were to add Yahoo and Bing together, they wouldn't even come near half of what Google has. The other reason to optimize just for Google is because what works for Google normally works well on Yahoo, Bing, and other search engines as well. And we'll talk about that in a second. But if you're optimizing for Google, if you're doing the things that we're going to be talking about tonight, you'll rank well on Yahoo and Bing. If you look at other people in the industry, if you were to Google, painting company in Nashville, the people on the first page of Google are probably going to be on the first page of Yahoo and Bing as well. They may have flip-flopped a little bit, but it won't be huge. And that's because when Google popped on the scene, which we'll talk about here in a second, they really set the standard and really brought the search engine market to its maturation stage. So, before we talk too much more about search engine optimization, it is important to get a view of the history of Google. And it may not seem very relevant, but I promise it is. A lot of the strategies that I've cultivated at Tutorial Marketing, some of our most successful strategies have been based on where I've seen Google come from and just trying and understanding all of that and understanding where they're moving to. A lot of times I've been at the forefront of the changes, not because I'm some super genius or anything, but just because I knew where they were coming from and I knew where they were going. So I was able to anticipate it and take advantage of that. So in the beginning, Google was started by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. It was really created in a time where search engines weren't very sophisticated. I use this example quite a bit. Let's say Jim and I both sold baseball cards online, okay? And we needed search engine traffic. Well, this is a very rough example, very rough and crude example, but let's just say Jim had the term, or what we call keywords. He had the term baseball cards on his website, which was the platform he was using to sell his baseball cards. If he had baseball cards on there 200 times, and I had baseball cards on my website 100 times, as a rough example, Jim would outrank me. How many people feel like that's probably not a very good measurement of authority or quality? It's really, yeah, it's not. So, you had Ask Jeeves. You might remember these guys, Ask Jeeves, Netscape. Anyone remember Netscape? I actually got a really funny story about Netscape. I had a friend tell me the other day that they had a customer call in and they were like, so, I'm on the search engine optimization bandwagon. I'm ready to go. I'm fired in. I'm lasered in. Tell me about Netscape. How do I rank on Netscape? You're about 10 years behind. You're in the dial-up age, and so it was pretty funny. And also AOL. We all remember AOL. What's really funny is AOL actually works off of Google's search engine now. They brand it as their search engine, which Google lets them do because they get advertising revenue, which we'll also talk about in a second. But Google actually runs AOL search engine. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not correct. AOL uses Google's search engine. And I'm not really sure about Ask Jeeves or Netscape, but it made sense for them. They have a brand. They know they couldn't compete with Google. They have a brand. People just go to AOL.com. As crazy as that may seem to us, people still go there. And so it made sense for AOL. It makes sense for Google too.